Hi, friends. How are you? How are you all doing this morning? I hope you're having a great morning and it is started off as a great weekend for all of you. If you come on this morning, or even if you are on the replay, would you just pop a comment in the comment section? Let me know you were here so I can say good morning and welcome you and wish you a wonderful weekend. So I see there is one person on, and it's Jen. Good morning to you too. Don't you just love typos and autocorrects? I hope you're having a good weekend and enjoying your first day out from school. I know you have a few more days with teachers, but um, how fun that you are off for this summer from teaching. That's always fun and exciting. So this morning, I was thinking about, of course, as I always do, what what I should share this morning. And I decided that I would show you something that I have been working on. I've been working on this for the past several weeks, and I have ready to give you another reveal. I did reveal it a little bit a couple weeks ago, but it is this wonderful book. It is called, and I know you're seeing it backwards, but it's called, or actually, maybe you're not, Reflections and Devotionals. Art and Thoughts by yours truly, Gail Ruth Peterson. Now, what this is what is called a coffee table book. It is full of illustrations. And what I have done in this book is I have added some of your favorite posts on Facebook and some of your favorite art that I have done. Gosh, it's always challenging to me. Hi, Diane. Nice to see you. It's always challenging to me to figure out how to turn my stuff so that you can see it on here, because everything's backwards on the video when I'm doing live like this. So it's always a little crazy to me. But anyway, this is one of the pages to the coffee table book, Reflections and Devotionals. And you see each page is a devotional. I've got some poetry in here. I have a prayer. I have two prayers that I've written in here, and it goes along with a piece of art. So this is 25 devotionals and 25 pieces of art. And I thought this is a great idea for some of you who like my art, but you can't hang my art all over your house. Maybe even something that I do doesn't even go with your decor in your home. So you might not be interested in purchasing a painting. You might not want to spend money on art. You might not even want to buy a piece of a print, and that is perfectly fine. But what this will do is, and also I know that there are some of you who actually save some of my Facebook posts somewhere in your phone or wherever, and on your computers, and you go back and look at some of them. So what I have done is I have taken some of your favorites. I chose favorites according to the ones that got the most comments. And also I asked a few people who told me that they saved them to tell me which couple of them that were their favorites. And so those are the ones that I've added to the book. And also I did the same with the art. So I went back and I looked at art that I have posted over the last year and a half, which ones got the most likes. And also there's some new pieces here you've never seen before, like my beautiful bird here. And whatnot. So then on top of that, on the back, I have a little explanation about my new business, which is Art Encounters. And Art Encounters is a division of my LLC, which is Faith Garden Publishing. So this book was published under Faith Garden Publishing, and Art Encounters is a division of that company. So Art Encounters is really kind of cool. I've spent a fair amount of time this year really praying about what gifts have God given me, what blesses people the most, and what has God laid on my heart most about using the things that I'm passionate about and the things that God has given me gifts in. And what I have realized is that over the years, I have found that writing and art, drawing, painting, have really helped me spend time thinking deeply about things in my life, things in the scriptures, situations, and what am I feeling? What am I thinking? Why do I react a certain way in certain situations? Is that of God? Is it not of God? How can I change that? So I spend a lot of time in those quiet times when I'm not having a conversation with somebody. I'm drawing, I'm writing, and writing especially helps me to give myself answers to some of those questions. So that has been, I've lost 2 husbands. I've lost a lot of loved ones. I've had a lot of pretty big challenges in my life. And I've overcome a lot of hang-ups and false beliefs about myself. And how did all of that happen over the 65 years I've been here? And I really believe a lot of it has to do with the time that I have spent over the years journaling, writing, writing blogs, writing books. Of course, some of my blogs have become books, and also my art. So I want to give people the opportunity to explore their own creativity. And I really believe that you just have to jump in and start somewhere. And I want to be a starting point for people. Some people may have some creativity, they may have some art, but maybe they're not that great. Maybe they're not that confident in what they can accomplish. Maybe some people just feel like, poof, I have no creativity. But I've said this before, and it is true. God made us in his image, and he is absolutely creative. He is creating every day. He does everything creatively. Creativity is part of his nature. So doesn't it just go to reason that we too have creativity? So people who think they are not creative need opportunities to be encouraged about that. And why is that? It is because without knowing that side of our brain, without being in touch with that side of our brain, we don't fully understand who we are. And possibly we don't even understand more of who God is. Okay, let me see. Diane, you've written a comment here. Maybe they just don't know they can create and love doing it. Absolutely. I totally 100% agree. You are a testimony to that. Diane took art classes with me for many years, every month when I lived in Raleigh, and I didn't think she had any art talent. Basically came because I did the art classes as a fundraiser and wanted to support the ministry we were doing with widows. And so she came and she loved it and came again and loved it and came again. When Diane moved too far away for her to continue taking art classes, she began just to do some art on her own and was surprised at what she was able to accomplish. And now Diane has done several commissioned pieces, especially pet portraits, and has done a lot of paintings for other people. It is such a joy to me to see. And I'm no expert, so I don't see myself as being like the extravagant artist. And I think that's also part of God's um how God has wound me up, I guess, or just a part of who God has made me to be. Is Hi, Samuel, nice to see you this morning. Thank you for joining us. But I really believe that, and I know that there are some people that my art isn't their thing, and you know what, that's okay. But the thing is this: at one time, I didn't think I had any talent in anything, really, anything. And for me now to be able to write things in the mornings on Facebook and to blog and to write books that people come back and say, I love what you wrote. I love what you're doing. It has really blessed me today. Or a piece of art that they just love. And to me, it's resonating the fact that God enables and empowers his people to do things we may never have imagined we could do or ever pictured ourselves in a situation where we would be. That is so important. Let me see what you've written here, Diane. You were the instrument God used to open that door for me and others. Yes. And so what I have done is I've spent a fair amount of time um, really giving some thought as to what are several ways, not just one way, in which I could help others engage in art. Now, I know that there are adult coloring books out there. Adult coloring books are extremely possible. They sell by the billion. I'm sure it's billion, at least mega million. And why is that? Because we need that time to sit quietly and to create and coloring and making those choices. And the other thing about it is that when you are done, there's a sense of satisfaction that you've completed something that's lovely. Okay. And so that's something that we need. It's something that just helps to bring healing and completeness and help us to build an accurate esteem that we need as human beings to give us confidence to keep going. That, especially for me, I always think, well, this is God has given me the confidence in Him to empower me to do things that He has called me to do. Some of you may know my crazy story about years ago when had been a believer for a couple of years, and the one area in my church that I absolutely was positively sure God would never put me was in children's ministry because, and I didn't know this at the time, but I always said kids don't like me. My own children did, their friends did, and I was fun. I did a lot of fun things with the kids, but I always thought kids didn't like me, like in a classroom situation. And, I didn't realize until many years later why I had that feeling, that thought. And I really believe it's because when I was a kid, I was very, very timid. I was very shy, and I was chubby. And a lot of kids made fun of me because, you know what? I was the kind of kid that was easy to pick on. Anything bad you said about me, I just knew was true. That's where I was at as a kid. And so I just had this idea in my head, kids don't like me, kids don't like me, kids don't like me. And even as an adult, I grew up believing kids didn't like me. Well, it's a long story, but at some point I knew God was calling me to help with a particular ministry in the children's department at my church. And it surprised me when I finally yielded to that and gave it to God. And He gave me the joy, the creativity to do things with those kids like I never pictured myself doing. Okay. And I ended up being in children's ministry for 6 years. I actually ran the entire children's ministry for 4 years at my home church. And it blows my mind, the things that I was able to do. And I don't take any credit for that because I was never trained to do children's ministry. And I didn't always know what I was doing. But God gave me so much. And that was a wonderful life lesson in that season of my life that has led me to do other things in my life that I never imagined I would do. And two of them is art and writing. And so while I may not be the greatest artist on the planet, I may not be the greatest author on the planet, part of what I write is the encouragement that God has given you abilities and or will give you abilities to do things that you may never have imagined doing. So, if you don't think you have a creative bone in your body, if you think you're not creative, okay, you have to know that's a lie, because God has given everyone creativity. I had this conversation with my pastor one day and I said, no, pastor, everybody's creative. Because he said, I'm not creative. I said, you may not have done art, but you're extremely creative, sir. You have the most creative ways of giving us a Sunday morning message. You go out of your way to find creative ways to relate your message and your teaching so that we can apply it to our lives. It was like, you're right. That is a creativity. So for people who think they don't have any creativity, you got to start somewhere. Okay, that's the point that I'm trying to make. And when you do, and you're open, and you continue to pursue that, and ask God to show you where are the areas where He has and wants to most equip you and empower you in areas of creativity. And you have to start somewhere. Okay. And that's what I want to do, is give people the opportunity to start somewhere. And even if you have some creativity, even if you are a little bit artistic, but you want to pursue more, I want to give you the opportunity to do that. So on the back of my book, okay, on the back of the book, there is a QR code over here. And I encourage people to click on that QR code and to go to a tab that says Art Encounters. Right now, that tab isn't completely finished. Okay, I'm still working on the Art Encounter tab on my website. But what it will do it'll show you various ways in which you can engage in some sort of art project. I will soon have individual coloring pages, and my coloring pages and the coloring books that will come out in the next few months. The coloring books and coloring pages are a little different. A lot of a lot of coloring books and that are out there are very, there's a lot of mandalas, there's a lot of flowers with lots of little details and whatnot. But I wanted to create something that was a little bit more artsy. I hope that I've taken it to another level, adult coloring to another level, which I have in one of those projects, which I'll explain in a moment. But I wanted to add a little bit more dimension to the pieces that people might color, whether you use marker or pencil or whatever you like using. And my coloring books would also be appropriate for younger people, not just adults. I wouldn't say young children, but definitely a little bit older children. And I've added slight bits of shading, and I've added other things that will help people begin to train their eye to see things from a little bit different perspective. Because what I have learned is doing art and being able to paint a tree, for instance, is learning how to see the tree in a way that you're able to put on paper or canvas what you're really seeing, not what your brain sees, but what you're really seeing. One of the things that I do in my private art lessons is I ask people to draw, but when they draw, if they're spending more time looking at their paper than at the subject, they are going to draw what they see in their brain, not what they see it with their eye, and we want to train the eye. So anyway, that is part of what I do with the coloring books and coloring pages, is to help people begin to experience more than just coloring with just choosing a color and filling in a square and coloring in the line. So I'm taking coloring, adult coloring, to another dimension. Another thing that I'm going to be offering soon is the watercolor coloring, or the watercolor pencil kit, which is creating 2 pieces of art of your own that I have drawn for you, but where I teach you techniques to be able to add some dimension and color, and I actually teach you a few things that are artistic without having to be able to draw the subject matter. Those kits will come with colored pencils, a couple of paintbrushes that you'll need, and a tutorial on how to use it. Even a couple of mats that you can use with your picture when you're done, your painting when you're done, to be able to just simply pop it into a frame. So that is a kit, that those kits will be coming out soon, and I've been working on those as well. So this little book offers a lot. So by having reflections and devotions in your home or office is also a wonderful witnessing tool, because you have devotionals that aren't just giving you scriptures, but are also just talking about applicable things, like stories that are real, and how God's word has been applied in real life struggles and situations. And so there's also poetry. So there's also things that, this is even some that have questions, which can help direct people into some deep thought and really thinking about God's word and applying it to their own life. So this little book at $49.99 is less than purchasing one print of any one of these beautiful pictures in here. Okay. And so that is the beauty of this book. It is a hardcover book. It is really beautiful pages. It's colorful. It's got wonderful stories in it, and a beautiful piece to add to your home or office. A great gift for those, especially for those who are maybe struggling right now. You want to do something that would really help them in their season, in their season of whatever their struggle is or grief. It is also a wonderful gift for the person who just has everything, and you need a birthday gift or a graduation gift or whatever. These make beautiful gifts as well. So I'll go ahead and put the website here. I didn't do that earlier, which I guess I should have done. It's Gail Ruth artgallery.com, and you're going to want to go to the art encounter button. And also on that website, you can go to books, and you'll find the link there. After the live, I will go ahead and post the direct link for the book if you're interested. So right now, the book has been, this here was the proof. There have been some editing changes, slight, and so the book has been adjusted a little bit, but it is now to perfection. And I have ordered my first shipment, and so you can go ahead and place an order for those. They will be shipped out on the second week of July. I should have them by the first week of July. So you can go ahead and place an order for those, and you can expect them to be shipped out a little bit before the middle of July, and have those in your home or office very soon. So that was my message this morning. I wanted to expand a couple of minutes on this beautiful book, which is a project that I have been working on for several months or several weeks. And I have been putting this together, and it will soon be ready for shipment. So I'm encouraged about that, and wanted to give you a really full explanation about what the book is about, and also what I have coming up in the days ahead. And I'm super excited about Art Encounters. Art Encounters also offers the opportunity for group classes. I already have a church in South Carolina that wants me to come and do an art party with their women, and we're going to do the watercolor pencil project, and do something with the women there. And I'm just so excited to be able to share not just art parties, but to really be able to have this opportunity to help people explore their own creativity. Thank you, Diane. I'm really excited about this as well. And I had a lot of, there were a lot of things kind of rolling through my head shortly after Mike passed. And I really felt like I needed to go in this direction at this point in my life, but wasn't 100% clear about exactly what it would look like, or what it should look like. And this year, I've really taken some time to step back from all of that and really evaluate, pray over, and take time to just be quiet and hear how God directs my heart in this. And I really feel like He has me on the track that will not only bring me great joy, but will bring great blessing and joy to many other people. So I'm excited about all the different avenues and aspects of which art and creative writing can bless many people in the days ahead. So that was my word for you this morning. I hope it's an encouragement. I hope that it's raised some curiosity. And go ahead and get on that website. Like I say, I'm still working on the website, so there's still some things that are not included there that I've talked about this morning, but they are coming soon. And just wanted to give you a sneak peek and kind of get you curious about what will be taking place in the days ahead. And I hope that you all have a great weekend. I hope the weather is beautiful wherever it is you are, and that that you will just share with me what your thoughts are about the things that I'm doing. I would love to hear that as well. So whether you're watching live or whether you're on the replay, I'd love to hear from you. Make sure that you comment today if you pop on later, and let me know if you were on replay or if you were on the live. And I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and I love you all. All right, bye-bye.